Hello, and thank you so much for serving on this Sunday, December 4th, 2022. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of this week's lesson. At the beginning, we start as usual, arriving between 9:30 and 9:45, check in the check-in room to receive your volunteer sticker and to pray together as a team. When you come to the room, you can turn on music on our YouTube playlist, which you can connect to our Bluetooth speaker, or you can put in one of the CDs in the CD player. As the students begin arriving, the people that are serving, there should be 4 of you, should split responsibilities. One person should be taking attendance as students arrive. This month, we have 2 separate attendance sheets, one with kindergarten through 2nd graders and the other for 3rd through 5th graders. They are in the same binder. They are facing one another, so hopefully that will make it a little bit easier to check mark between the two. And then that 3rd through 5th grade sheet, after they get check marked, once everyone's arrived, they should be moved into that yellow bag that goes up to the 3rd and 5th grade classroom. So one teacher take the attendance while another teacher is getting the YouTube ready to go. The song that we are doing for children's choir this year is going to be "O Come All Ye Faithful." And so you want to cue up one of those "O Come All Ye Faithful" songs onto the YouTube channel and have that ready to do together when it is time, while the other 2 teachers kind of walk around the room, visit with the kids, just kind of check in and see how they're doing this week. Around 10:10, it is time to clean up. The kids must clean up their centers. They should check the floor around them, push their chairs in, and then once everything is cleaned up, have the kids go to the carpet by grade level, starting with kindergarten all the way through 5th grade, so that those kindergartners and 1st graders can be towards the front so that they can see the screen better than the kids who are taller in the back. Do the song, "O Come All Ye Faithful," and then it will be time for the 3rd through 5th graders to exit to go up to their classroom. So they're going to line up at that middle door that's kind of behind the worship area. And the 2 teachers that are going with them will take the yellow bag that is on that door handle. They'll double check the attendance as the kids exit the room to make sure that the kids that are leaving the room with them match up with the kids who came in 20 minutes before. So those 3rd through 5th graders and kindergarten through 2nd graders, their lessons will look very similar, just in 2 different places, and kind of the depth of the lesson will be a little different. In both classrooms, you're going to be doing a memory verse. So this new memory verse begins this week. It is John 1:14. We're going to do the bulk of the verse this week on week 1. "And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory, glory as of the only Son from the Father." So if you're down in K2, you're going to be writing in some missing words together. There's a chair right underneath it. There's also a thick black Sharpie to use so the kids can write those words in there. Have other kids help them spell the words so that everyone feels like they're doing a job. If you're upstairs, it's going to be all blank lines or just completely blank for them to write it out together as a group. After that, after practicing that memory verse multiple times, we're going to work on our praises again this month. So last month we started this. We're going to continue it through Advent season. Just giving our praises, things that we're thankful for. If you are downstairs, you can still use that pumpkin. We're going to write it on a section of the pumpkin until that section is full. You don't have to fill the entire section, but don't move on to the next section unless if you have filled one. We still have several sections left. The goal is that we can still use it again next year and just continue to record over the years until we need a new one. Upstairs, you have paper links. So that'll be in your material bin up there. They can write more than one on the paper link because there's only 2. And then when you're done, staple it and put it onto the chain link that has already been started on the bathroom door handle. So then after you finish doing that, you're going to pray over those praises together. So pray over those together, and then you are going to do the Advent, which I don't believe I wrote it down. So I'm glad I remembered it in the video. All right, so you're going to light the Advent at this point. So if you are downstairs, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Upstairs and downstairs have different versions of Advent wreaths. If you are downstairs, this is what your Advent wreath looks like. So the first candle is already lit from last week, and it says hope. You are on week 2, which is peace. So you'll take that peace sign as well as the other flame, and you will add them to the second purple candle. So peace, and light that. And so they can do that together after you pray your prayers of thankfulness. If you are upstairs, you have actual Advent wreaths with battery powered candles. And so you will just press the power button and it will light the first 2 candles. And just make sure you talk about how the first 2 themes, the hope and then peace for the first 2 weeks. So after the Advent wreath has been lit, it is time for the memory verse lesson. The first Sunday of each month, we're not going to be doing a story from the Gospel Story Bible. We are going to be doing a lesson just specifically focused on our memory verse and kind of the context of it and what it means. So you're going to look up where that memory verse is. Now, we are only doing 1 John 14, but in both classrooms, I want them to locate John 1, sorry, not 1 John, John 1, 14 through 18. Now, if you are downstairs, they can locate it with a partner or a group of 3, but they're probably not going to be able to read that independently. Upstairs, they should be able to locate it and read it either by themselves or with a partner. So reading that and then answering the questions that go along with that verse. And then when you're done reading it, locating it together, going over the questions, say the memory verse all together, John 1:14, together one last time. Now, in both groups, we have the same craft this month. It is special because it is Advent season, and we are making something for them to take home at the end of the month. It is something that they're going to build upon every week. So what that means is if the students have not been here every week, they're possibly in different places on their ornament. So I'm going to show you mine. So this is what it's going to look like on week 4, minus they're going to get a chance to decorate with some sticky jewels. The first step was they painted it the Sunday before Advent started. And then on the first week of Advent, they wrote hope. This week, they need to add the word peace. So they just should have hope and peace. Joy and love will come in the next 2 weeks. But if you look over here, I wrote it week by week. So November 20th, they painted it. They wrote their name and Advent 2022 on the back. November 27th, they wrote the word hope. So this week, December 4th, they need to write peace. If they are missing either of the first 2 things, they need to go back and do that. Now this week, I'm actually going to paint some backup ornaments so that they aren't too far behind, because if they still have not painted an ornament, they wouldn't be able to do anything else other than paint it today. And I know that that's hard to separate those kiddos out, to have them paint it separately while everyone else is doing something different. So I'm going to paint several different colors. So if a student comes in who has not started an ornament at all this week, let them choose from the paint color choices, and then they just pick up and write hope and peace on their ornament and flip it on the back to write their name and Advent 2022 on the back. If there is extra time, if you are downstairs, you can do the memory verse coloring sheet. So this is, I have not copied them yet, so they're still separate, but when you have them copied, that will be a one 2-sided sheet. This version, they can color in the bubble letters. On the back, they can work on tracing the words. So it'll be one sheet, 2-sided. If you are upstairs, the same thing. They will also have those sheets that they can decorate. If you are upstairs, remember, probably the most important thing is to have your cell phones with the volume on, so that when you receive a text from someone who is in service that the sermon is wrapping up, that means it is time to head downstairs. There will always be 3 adults up there. So the 2 adults that are teaching, get the kids, head downstairs with their stuff, make sure they remember their Bibles and their coats and all of those important things. If you are the 3rd person, like the helping hands, you can stay behind for a minute or 2. I don't want you to stay for too long, just a minute or 2, to clean up any messes that need to be picked up for the following week. And then when you come back downstairs, it's dismissal. So we're going to greet parents at the door. All the students should hopefully be on the carpet doing worship, listening to the song for our children's choir again, just visiting in that worship area, picking out their Bible prizes. Not at the door. They need to wait in that worship area until they have been called to be picked up. And make sure that you collect their sticker on the sticker ball, that you highlight their name in the attendance sheet. And I think that's it. If you have any questions, I will be here this Sunday. And I thank you guys so much for serving, and we'll see you soon.